How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Crafting Cars. Today we're going to be hopefully finishing up my little brother's Volkswagen Jetta, doing some spark plugs, topping off all the fluids, and an oil change, just to name a few things. So we're going to go ahead and jump right on into that. Hopefully we don't get too many surprises. With that being said, let's jump right into it. Alright, so here's the Jetta, the engine, inside the engine bay and stuff. As you can see here, I just have some new NGK spark plugs. NGK is a good brand. They're pretty much what I run in all of my cars. So I'm going to be putting those in here. And I'm not sure if these necessarily need to be done. This engine does have a little bit over 100,000 miles, so they probably do. But regardless, it'll be nice to get them in there. So we get a nice, fresh, clean slate, and we know exactly where everything is starting from and where we're at. So with that being said, let's start. I'm just going to start pulling off all of these spark plug boots down in here. There, and there's another one down in there as well. Luckily, they angled them away, so I don't think I need to take off the upper intake manifold here in order to get at them. So I should just be able to pop the boots off and stick my socket down in there at the angle and pull them all out. Alright, got all the spark plugs in. On a couple of them, I unplugged the fuel injector, like on that one and that one there, just to make it easier to get my hand in there to pull the boot off and whatnot and put the boot back on. Here are the old ones, pretty old. The gap was way too big. I did call just to double check what the gap on these ones is supposed to be, and the gap's supposed to be about 44 thou. So as you saw, I went through and double check the gap on each one as I put them in there. They were pretty tight, so I had to open them up just a little bit on the ones that I put in there. But these ones, the gap's way too big, and they were really hard getting out. They've been sitting in there for quite a while. So toss all these, get rid of the crap real quick, just because it's going to be easy. I'll throw some new washer fluid in there. And one thing that I noticed as I was in here poking around and stuff is that there's a little bit of oil around this intake right here, where it connects to the throttle body, and I popped it off, looked inside, and it looks like the PCV valves. It must be bad because it's getting way too much oil in there, way more than it should. So I'm gonna go inside and see if I can pull that up. I'm also gonna go ahead and pop this cover off right here real quick, and we'll see what condition the air filter's in. We are definitely going to need a new air filter, so I'm going to have to run to the store to pick one of those up. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and jack the car up. Since it is colder, it's going to take a little bit longer. I'm going to jack the car up and start draining all the oil. That way, while I'm running the air there and back, it can all drain out by the time I get back. Luckily, I do have some brand new, some fresh 5W30 here, which is what it calls for. Can't imagine taking more than 5 quarts, so we should be good there. And I did pick up an oil filter, so I already have that on the shelf. So like I said, let's jack her up, start draining her. Okie dokie. So oil's all drained out of the bottom. here's the drain plug. As you can see, I put a new crush washer, just a copper washer on there. That way you won't leak. It's always a good idea to throw a new one on there if you got them. So gonna put the plug back in. The oil filter is right there. I'm not sure if that's gonna leak or not on me. It's in kind of a bad spot. There's no way to get under there, so I'm just gonna hope and pray. So now that the air filter's done, washer fluid's all topped up. You can see the coolant in the bottom here. Coolant's good. Power steering fluid is good. I just checked that. Oil's done. I already double checked the brake fluid level. That's good. So now we're pretty much done inside of the engine bay. We already did all the spark plugs. Wires, you aren't going to change. Those should be just fine. So with all that being done, said and done, and the brakes are done. The previous owner just did the front brakes. They're a little rusty just from sitting for so long, but those are still good. The rear brakes are all done. One thing that I did want to mention that this car has, I tried to show it in a video earlier, but it really didn't show up. This bad boy has got two 12s. If that doesn't make your girlfriend jealous, well, it should. 212 thing slaps like crazy. So all in all, this thing's a pretty bad whip. Pretty jealous. I'm glad we could pick it up for him and whatnot and get all this stuff done. Now she's a good daily. So with that being said, we're all done on the Volkswagen. Next video, I think we have some stuff for this little guy. I think so. Yeah. Sitting all pretty. So we got some stuff inside for this, keeping everything all nice and warm. So I got some stuff for this. That's gonna be on the next video. And we also got go-kart stuff and Afton's keeping the build going on his Civic. So stay tuned every Tuesday for that one. But until next time, guys, appreciate y'all watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, your family, everybody. We appreciate it. We appreciate all of you. See you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.